Wendi Adelson, thank you for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. Great to have you aboard. You watched it, I watched it, we all watched it, the trial of Charlie Adelson, the man who masterminded the murder of his ex-brother-in-law because of this custody battle. And we learned a couple of things during the course of that trial. One, Charlie Adelson's a murderer. And number two, he likes to talk. And he talks a lot with his mother, Donna Adelson, who, by the way, has now also been charged in the murder. She's locked up waiting for her trial. But before she got locked up, after Charlie was convicted, there were a whole bunch of phone calls between Donna and Charlie where they're just going on and on and on, talking about, you know, the jury and other things. We've gotten our hands on those phone calls, those recordings. We have some of them for you tonight. Let's take a listen. Charlie Adelson, convicted murderer, speaking with his mother, Donna Adelson, accused murderer.
I said, who's she talking to, third graders? I mean, it was ridiculous.
There was 5 black women on the jury, 1 black guy that was the sergeant I told you about, 1 kind of redneck looking a little bit, like 50-year-old guy, and 3 guys that looked like they were inbred, that were like out of shape, 30 years old, looked like they never had a girl in their life, and like one of them worked at the Florida State bookstore. He was wearing his Florida State sweatshirt during the trial a couple times, and he worked at the Florida State bookstore. Another one's wife was a professor at Florida State, and another one had, so there were 3 people in the jury affiliated with Florida State. 3 affiliated with Florida State and 5 with family members of law enforcement. A coincidence is something that you can't explain.
Right.
It's just a coincidence. There is no explanation for a coincidence. There is no explanation for the TV repairman, for the TV comments by you that the TV costs about 5, and that's the price that I bought Wendi when she got divorced. That's the coincidence. Very ironic that TV gets brought up 3 times in the one declare. Very ironic. Like, if you said to me, what are the chances that the TV's getting fixed on the day that this happens, and that's her alibi, and you pick a TV and talk to me? If you were a betting person, what would you say? Not even 1 in 100. You know, if you said, by having Wendi show up at the crime scene, it means I had to have known about it, and that's why Wendi knew about it. And that's why she was showing up.
Crazy. I mean, it's crazy. It's what you said to me the other day. It's like a movie crazy. Like, wait a minute. These things can happen. These coincidences. It's just a crazy coincidence, but it happens.
These coincidences, like we just happen to be giving money to Catherine McBanoa for a no-show job, and we just happen to be giving her all this money and these gifts, and it just so happens it's a coincidence that the father of her children goes and drives 400 miles twice to go murder Dan Markel, who we're in the middle of this bitter custody battle with. What a coincidence. You just can't explain this stuff. It's like crazy. These people are delusional. They know they're being recorded, by the way. They knew they were being recorded. Bad-mouthing the jury, of course. And Charlie's just shocked that a trial in Tallahassee has people affiliated with Florida State. That's another coincidence. Who would think that the biggest university in the state of Florida and in Tallahassee, and you're having a trial in Tallahassee, and there'd be people that might like work at the bookstore? I don't know. I'm shocked that he was able to fix people's teeth. Shocked. And then say, oh, they never even had a girl. You know who else isn't going to get a girl? Charlie Adelson for the rest of his life. You get no girls, no women, nothing. It's over. Over. Charlie. Now, so Donna's been charged. But Wendi, the one with the real motive, right? She was the one in the custody battle. And I say she had the real motive But was it Donna that had the real motive? Because it was like Donna that really wanted Wendi to come down to South Florida. I don't know. If I think Wendi would have been okay in Tallahassee. I don't know. She would have figured it out, you know, the shared custody and all of that. But did she know, did she not know? That's a huge question. Will she be charged or won't she be charged? Another huge question in this case. So I want to play for you Wendi's first police interview. The moment she finds out Dan is dead, watch her, listen, and think to yourself, is this someone who's involved or someone who is really surprised that all of this has happened? Because it seemed from the trial that there were witnesses, there was evidence that connected her to having some knowledge of this. She hasn't been charged, has never been charged, actually testified for the state with that limited immunity deal. But let's watch and let's listen. Wendi Adelson speaking with police for the first time.
There was a shooting at your home, or your ex-husband's home, at 2116 Trescott. Okay. Your ex-husband, excuse me, Daniel, all right, has been taken to the hospital. He's not going to survive.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I have a lot of friends.
I know.
How do you know that?
Well, you had two of them up there for a last-minute lunch date, right?
Last minute.
Well, I mean, you went up there. You're sitting with them. You have friends.
I do. What I meant by it is that Danny didn't treat me very well, and I'm so scared that maybe someone did this. Not because they hate Danny, but because they thought this was good somehow.
Oh, are you saying that you think maybe one of your friends would have done something
Who
like
would
this?
do this?
I don't know. That's why you're here, and that's why we're talking. Would you ever ask someone to do something like this?
Not in a million years.
Okay. Do you think someone would do this for your benefit without asking you?
No.
What good does it serve?
I made my brother, his name's Charlie, the one I'm really close to. He makes a lot of jokes in bad taste, and it was a joke he made. He bought the TV for me this morning that got broken, and I was talking to him about whether it made sense to pay to fix it or whether I should get a new one, and it was always his joke that, like, he knew Danny treated me badly, and it was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman, and it was cheaper to get you this TV, so instead I got you this TV. I mean, he would never. He's my big brother, and he's been taking care of me since I was little, but he would never. And I told that to the repair guy this morning.
Right. That's okay.
I said, he asked me how much it cost, and I said I didn't know because it was a gift, because my brother said it was cheaper than a hitman. It was my divorce present.
Okay.
Such a horrible thing to say. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But even my family, who felt like I had been mistreated, would never do something like this. Never. This is the worst day of my life. Maybe I should text them if I can't reach them. Hi, Mom. How's it going? Mom, I need you to sit down. I am fine. The boys are fine. I need you to sit down. I'm fine, and the boys are fine. Danny has been. You can put me on speaker. Yeah. Danny has been shot. And I don't think he's gonna make it. And so, I know. So I found this out around 1 or 2 today, and I'm at the police station, and I'm trying to help them figure out who may have done this.
What'd you think? What'd you think? All right. Well, what does our think tank think? Let's bring them in. Joining us tonight, New York City, former senior homicide prosecutor, founder of Villalona Law, Bernarda Villalona is with us. Also joining us in Los Angeles, California, Deputy Public Defender for LA County, Philip Dubé. And in San Diego, California, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Brian Watkins. Great to see everyone tonight. All right, I want to start with Wendi Adelson because Charlie's been charged, Donna's been charged, Harvey hasn't, the father, and Wendi hasn't, the ex-wife and mother of the children who were the subject of this custody battle. Bernarda, what did you think of her reaction to these questions and finding out this information and talking about the hitman joke, like right out of the box? How does that make her look? What's your gut tell you on this one?
Benny, it looks all shady to me. Wendi Adelson doesn't look like an innocent woman in this. But even though it's just a hunch and just a feeling, I think the prosecution in this case is not going to bring a case against Wendi Adelson unless they can get someone to cooperate against her, one of her own family members. Because I do know that they do believe that she is involved, but the question is whether they'll be able to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And unless they can get someone to cooperate against her and whether they're worthy of giving them a cooperation agreement and giving them a deal, I don't think it's going to happen. So we're going to see Wendi instead testifying with immunity against her mother.
Philip Dubé, I mean, right out of her mouth, my brother Charlie, talking about hiring hitmen. What should we think of that? Like, what does that mean?
She's trying to divert attention away from herself. By pointing the finger to somebody else, she feels in her mind it'll take her off the hook. That's how I read it. She reminds me, Vinny, do you remember that solicitation to commit murder out of Florida? I think it was back in 2009 or 2010. Dalia Dippolito. Do you remember her? Also in Florida, she solicited an undercover cop to kill her husband, Michael. And when the cop showed up to tell her that her husband was dead, she broke down in these crocodile tears with the hands on her face, made it look like she was grief-stricken. But in truth, she had orchestrated the whole thing. She was the only one who stood to gain, just like Wendi. Wendi was the only one who stood to gain. How? It would end that nasty custody battle with Dan. She would be closer to her parents with her kids, and all of the family law litigation would be over. I don't know why anybody else would necessarily feel that they need to do this for her. What would be in it for them? It's not as if Charlie was super close to her boys, like he was like a surrogate father or a stepdad to those kids. It looks like they were all in on it together, and she was holding sway with Donna over Charlie and Catherine McManawa, Luis Rivera, and Sigfredo Garcia.
Brian Watkins, what did you see in that interrogation?
I couldn't see her eyes. I wanted to see her real eyes to see if there was real tears, if they were really red, or if she was doing the old Amber Heard cry, as you asked me this question, be fine when you ask me the next question type of acting, or lack of acting, should I say. This is a tough one because you do have to understand that she's the mother of the children. When you're talking about killing the ex-husband, you're talking about killing the father of the children. And that's a tough conversation to sit your kids down and say that their dad is now dead. Does she want to have that conversation? Is she that, bent on having, him dead and that she would have that conversation? That's a tough one. A family member is a little bit more removed, but I guess we're going to find out whether or not blood is thicker than water.